siktir. Oh my God. Oha. Oha. That's fucking insane. Turkey just arrested the mayor of Istanbul, which is like an incredible. It's like a governor. The mayor in Turkey, mayor in like big cities like that have more power than governors do. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking insane. This just happened. Holy shit, dude. This is like coup shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Dude, god damn it, dude. He's sentenced to jail over they haven't arrested him, but they have sentenced him to 2 years in prison and banned him for politics. Bro, you can't do that. You can't just like, dude, Turkey is trying to be fucking like Russia or any number of like other American-backed like right-wing authoritarian dictatorships without America support. Like, good luck. Sorry, this is just like breaking developing news that just happened right as I went live and I hadn't seen it already. So this is pretty huge Turkish news. Usually I am very aggressive with the Turks whenever they come in and they're like, bro, talk about Turkey, talk about Turkey, talk about Turkey. But this is like an unironic, legitimately gigantic fucking misstep by the authoritarian far-right Turkish government to try to take down the prime candidate for the presidency in like the coalition that has already been built and designed in the upcoming elections. Like, you can't, you know, you can try to fucking bomb every Kurdish village and then in retaliation have like terror attacks in your country, but ultimately you know, you're not going to be able to get enough support from the right. There isn't a large enough coalition on the right at the moment that will maintain Erdogan's regime. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Murat's here. Did you hear about what happened in Istanbul? The fucking mayor, the Istanbul mayor was sentenced to jail over fool's insult. So a Turkish court sentenced Istanbul's mayor to more than 2 years in prison and banned him from politics in a move that his supporters described as politically motivated to sideline a high-profile rival of the president. Ekrem İmamoğlu was sentenced to 2 years, 7 months, and 15 days in prison for calling members of Turkey's Supreme Election Council fools in a press release 3 years ago. İmamoğlu did not attend any trial hearings or the sentencing and is expected to appeal against the ruling. What? The appeal would allow him to stay in office in the meantime, but he would remain weighed down by court hearings for up to a year and a half as the country heads towards a general election. The verdict represents the latest step in a crackdown on key figures from the Republican People's Party, which is the Social Democrat Party. For those of you who don't know, CHP. The Republican People's Party, CHP, is the main Social Democrat Party in Turkey. Erdogan's main challenger in the vote that's the main leader of the coalition, which is expected within 6 months. Earlier this year, Canan Kaftancıoğlu, the head of CHP's Istanbul branch, was banned from politics and given a suspended 5-year prison sentence on charges insulting the Republic of Turkey and Erdogan in tweets accusing him of theft. The irony, of course, here is that these tweets accusing him of theft are literally true, so that Erdogan was literally a fucking thief and is a thief. Like, he is. So when someone says like, oh, dude, you're doing theft, like they can still put you in jail for saying a true thing about him, which is crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Erdogan, Murat brings up a really good point. Erdogan was also unironically jailed for a poem that he read way back in the day and barred from doing politics. In Turkey, we do not have freedom of speech, for those of you who don't know. This is part of the reason why I'm a defender of some level of free speech, especially, you know, free speech that stops you from going to jail for saying true things. Anyway, In January, a court is due to decide whether to ban the majority Kurdish People's Democratic Party HDP from politics. The will of 16 million Istanbulites is on trial, the mayor's office declared shortly before Imamoglu's sentencing. They are seeking to deprive the mayor of Istanbul of his political rights. Fucking ridiculous. Afterwards, Imamoglu addressed supporters who had gathered in front of the town before Imamoglu's sentencing. Town hall building. This decision is a disgrace for the Turkish judiciary. It is. It's the firmest expression of the fact that the judiciary has been transformed into an instrument to punish dissidents. It absolutely is and has been that way for a very long time. It's proof that the rulers of the country have no aim to bring justice or democracy to the country. In my opinion, this will also backfire on Erdoğan because Imamoglu is a very popular figure and is seen as like one of the main leaders of the coalition against them. So him going after people like this under frivolous charges and trying to fucking, jail them and bar them from participating in politics is going to backfire. And it also shows that he is on the back foot. Like he is literally, he recognizes that his power is waning, and that's why he's making these like irrational decisions. He only said ahmak. Oh, yeah, fools. He basically said they're fools. Yeah, ahmak. That's crazy. Some countries have defamation laws which don't consider the truthful aspect of the claim. Japan, for example. Yeah, well, I mean, Erdoğan also doesn't think that it's defamation. Or Erdoğan thinks it's defamation to call him a crook or a liar or a cheat or a thief, even though he is all of those things. Anyway. Imamoglu's supporters chanted one day the AKP, Erdoğan's Justice and Development Party, will answer the people. It's the far-right party or the right-wing party in Turkey. I see it as stealing the votes of millions of people that gave of their own free will, said Türkiye Simge Gurani, 27, an architect. This does not end here. Ne biçim soyad lan? Gurani ne lan? We will definitely take to the streets and we'll make our voices heard online. There's nothing but pre-election campaign for the AKP to lose power. Şehriban kaynak. Şehriban. We are living in a country where there's no law and no justice. Imamoglu rode to power on a wave of support in 2019, winning twice. In the original result was annulled by the election council after AKP complaints. They tried to cheat it, they tried to steal it, and they lost. At the time when I covered it, I told you that this was the tide changing. Or as anti-democratic as Turkey might be, their lack of free speech might be an issue. Their clear-cut violation of civil liberties is a genuine issue. Ultimately, they do conduct elections. And in those elections, you still had a coalition of at least 50% of the country voting either directly for AKP or for MHP, which is a part of the right-wing coalition, which is the ultra-nationalist party. These guys, the Grey Wolves. So for all of their faults and failures, they still were able to maintain maintain support from at least 50% plus one. Okay? So that has changed over the years. Plenty of people have left the AKP party. People have left the MHP party. İYİ is a new party that is a part of the leftist coalition or the liberal coalition, the Liberal Democrat coalition, that is against, that was literally created from MHP, the ultra-nationalist party. There's another party led by the former prime minister of Turkey, that was chipped away from AKP, which is like literally still a religious party. It's a it's a very small party, ultimately insignificant, but still they have a coalition that will bring in more than 50% of the votes, and that's what matters. And when that happens, it's over for AKP's reign. It's over for MHP's reign, and that will probably bring some liberal change to Turkey that has basically been moving further and further right with respect to social liberties for a very long time, only accelerated by a failed coup d'etat attempt. Shouts out to America for that one. Shouts out to Fethullah Gulen for that one. Really breathing life back into the Erdoğan regime by doing a fucking shitty coup d'etat attempt with a parallel government led by another, religious guy, a Muslim cleric that is a CIA asset that lives in the Poconos. His name is Fethullah Gulen. So that's the story. I don't know what else to tell you about this. In the aftermath of the coup, Turkey was able to do a referendum, or Erdoğan was able to do a referendum and basically solidify powers of the executive branch, shifting it over from a parliamentary system to a presidential one. It was uniquely and profoundly damaging to the Turkish constitution. So that happened because of the military coup. A lot of people fucking died. So that's where we're at in Turkey, the false flag coup. Yes. Anyway, so, this is a thing that Erdoğan is doing as he lashes out aggressively. The most American mindset, bro. He said Turkey needs another coup, lol. Yeah, totally, because the first one definitely was going to be better. No, it wasn't. Turkey has had military coups a lot, too, but that's a different point that I'm not getting into right now. How about no coups? How about we just democratically vote Erdoğan out of power? Erdoğan'a ikinci bir şans vermek sence iyi fikir mi? Ne şansı amına koyayım? Erdoğan'ın amına koyayım. Senin de amına koyayım. Ne şans veriyorsun daha ya? Kesin Almancı bu bak. Erdoğan'a ikinci şans vermek sence iyi fikir mi diyor. %100 var ya, Berlin'den yazıyor bunu. Amcık. Dalga geçiyorum amına koyayım. Öyle dalga mı geçilir lan? Silivri soğuktur lan. Erdoğan 30 senedir anasını sikiyor herkesin Türkiye'de. Hadi bir şans verelim. Bir daha siksin.